Hi, I'm Lil Hippie, and today we're going to be talking about a book I just read. We're going to be talking about Twisted Love by Anna Huang. Twisted Book 1. Um, and, you know, I, I guess let's start with the rating. I rated this 4 stars. Yeah, 4 stars seems right. I like this book. And many times while reading this book, I had to ask myself, what is wrong with me? Because why am I like this? You know, why? Why do I like this? Why do I want a man like Alex Volkov? Why? What happened in my life that made me this way? You know, every once in a while you come across a book that you question yourself. And this book definitely made me question myself because you know what? I didn't think that I was going to like it. Because if you don't know, this book was like a TikTok sensation. This whole series was like a TikTok sensation, booktube sensation. And I'm very weary of like picking up TikTok sensations or booktube sensations just because I've been failed by those two groups so many times. But this was my cup of tea and then some. And I'm just like, what? But this book is basically about Ava and Alex um as they kind of fall in love with each other. So Ava's brother, Josh, he leaves to go to I think South America um for his studies because he's studying to become a doctor. And um Josh asks Alex, his best friend, who is also a mega genius. He's a millionaire, billionaire. He owns a business and he's just super. He's also very cold because he has this very dark, secretive past um, where his family was murdered. And so he just has this reputation of just being so stoic. Stoic is a good word for him. And um Ava, she's the complete opposite, but she has a dark past as well. Um and we find out that, one of her parents tried to murder her on more than one occasion. And then her mother um ended up committing suicide. Um so she has a very dark past as well, but she's a total opposite. She's sunshine. So this is grumpy sunshine trope, which I usually like. I actually kind of like that trope a little bit. I think because opposites attract, so like naturally it kind of works, and I think people like that balance each other out. When someone, even like in real life, when you see couples, you have the one that's like very like stoic, very like to themselves, introverted, very antisocial. And then you have the one that is a very social, is a social butterfly, is an extrovert to the max. I think they balance each other out, which is why I think this trope is very interesting because it really works in real life. So it lends like an element of believability to the story, even if the rest of it is just completely like, come on. And so these two, obviously, they and Josh makes Alex promise that he won't like, sleep with Ava. And that's exactly what ends up happening, and they end up becoming a thing. And all of these kind of this twisted web of each of their lives kind of intertwines as the story progresses. Um, and comes to a head. I kind of guessed like the plot twist. I guessed like half of the plot twist. Um, and then the other half I was like, where did that come from? Why? um, but I really liked the romance in this book. Mainly I really liked Alex. Just he's my kind of man. That is written by a woman. S- um I, I will say I really usually dislike it when the couples in these sorts of books really only have sexual chemistry, but I don't think that that was the case in this book. I don't think that Ava and Alex only had sexual chemistry. Again, I think they really balanced each other out because he was um so guarded and she was so open. I think those two work really well together, and I thought that they worked really well together, and they communicated um very well, communicated their feelings very well, and Ava was very upfront about what she wanted and how she felt, and I really appreciated that. It didn't feel like it was juvenile. It felt like these were two grown adults handling a relationship, and I really enjoyed that because sometimes with these kinds of books it's not like that. They're like very juvenile, like not, and their communication skills are just not where it needs to be. Um, but overall, I also enjoyed Ava's friendships. And how they were worked into the story as well. And I'm very excited to read the next installation of the series, Twisted Games, I think it is. Yes, Twisted Games. Now, as for the rest of the series, there are like, I think, 4 books in this series. Yeah, as for the last two, I don't think I am ever going to read those just because I am of the impression that romance books never need to be over like 350 pages at max, and that is at max. I mean, these books progressively get longer and longer as you go on in the series, with the last one being almost 600 pages. And no, no romance ever needs to be 530 pages. And another thing, getting back, swinging right back to Twisted Love, was that this did not feel super long. It didn't feel like it was dragged on. And I really liked that because, as I just explained, sometimes romance authors can really get carried away and really get pen happy and just going on and on and on for 500 pages. And it's like, dude, this book should have been over 250 pages ago. If you had ended it in 250 pages, there wouldn't need to be a third act breakup. I'm just saying. I enjoyed it a lot more than I thought I would. And it made me laugh. It made me bust out laughing a couple times. Um, whether it's Ava talking about she'd have to move to the Antarctic and learn how to speak penguin, or Alex saying he would have to drop kick. Yes, drop kick a princess. Yeah, made me bust out laughing. I guess that's it for this video. I hope that you have a good day. I hope you have a good evening. I hope you read a good book. I hope most of all that you don't get drop kicked by a brooding stoic man. And I also hope that I'll see you again sometime. Bye.